We'll be watching reaction from Froggo.
Since the beginning of anime, we have had hate trains on almost every single character. No character has ever been safe from a hate thread or just even a snarky comment. It exists everywhere. Nowadays, people will use Beagle AI for just about anyone they don't like or disagree with.
Correct. Oh my boy, now you're looking like a fool.
And with this comes some issues. Some characters have become hated or even overhated just because of some agenda people wanted to push. Maintaining the agenda is their top priority. I don't even know what to believe anymore. Does Shanks really have a Haki wand? And did Law actually fake his backstory? Bro, I don't even know. What I do know is if you like my cat, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, I got surgery for my mouth, so if I sound like Daffy Duck, then just allow it. Anyways, here are some anime characters that I think are overhated.
Stop right there, brother. You are completely wrong. Sakura hate is deserved. But let me listen to what you gotta say.
Yo, we got Sakura Haruno. She is hands down one of the most hated characters in all of anime. If you've ever asked anyone who's watched Naruto about her, you hear the same stuff every time. She's useless, super annoying, hits Naruto way too much, and all she does is obsess over Sasuke and cry. And yeah, most of this is true if you're an anime only watcher. A lot of that hate kind of feels justified. But me personally, I
remember the key plot points of Sakura and in the manga too. So most of like the stuff Sakura do, screaming at Naruto for pain, what else? Shoots, and we have like Sakura ball knowledge on. Talking like she loved Naruto, helping Sasuke after he tried to kill her. Like most of the main plot points, it's the same in the manga anime, so you can't really just use that as a point.
the manga first because we had like the volumes at school, and I straight up didn't
Maybe like the filler, but that exists for every character in anime and manga.
understand why that hate was so intense. Like obviously she was annoying, but she wasn't that bad. She just felt like a normal character with her own issues. But it turns out the anime studio itself, Studio Pierrot, they love to add whatever they want in terms of filler, and a lot of these scenes made her look much worse. Like a lot of times Sakura punching Naruto in the anime did not happen, and they also cut out a lot of the caring and protective moments that Sakura had in the manga as well. All this made her character look so much worse. So yeah, in 2026 we are stopping Sakura hate, because we're gonna jump in and see the examples. You're gonna see that Studio Pierrot had an agenda against Sakura. Early on in Naruto, in chapter 3, Sakura makes that infamous comment about Naruto being lucky because he doesn't have parents. And yeah, that line is hella bad, but I'm not defending that. But here is something that people forget. In both the anime and the manga, Sasuke immediately checks her and tells her that Naruto being an orphan isn't some kind of privilege. And Sakura is pretty stunned by this. But only in the manga, she starts reflecting on what she said. She realizes what she said was wrong, and then says maybe she could be nicer from then on. And the scene just ends here, but the anime did things differently. The anime adds an extra scene that never existed in the manga. Naruto came back to the bench and Sakura thinks that he might be Sasuke in disguise. And instead of continuing that moment of reflection, she immediately calls Naruto an idiot again. And Naruto gets diarrhea or something, I don't know what's going on in this scene. But now the message is completely flipped. Another moment also happens early on in Naruto, during the Zabuza arc. There's a scene where Naruto is completely exposed and Zabuza is about to take his head off with a shuriken. And Sakura reacts instantly and she saves Naruto's head from being decapitated. But when we watch the anime, that entire scene is gone. Sakura was removed from it completely. So us as the viewer, we never get to see this moment of Sakura stepping up. And it's these small things that could have...
Yeah. But for me, Sakura made me unable to watch anime. I can keep that 200, y'all. I could not watch anime.
Being like, it's like these guys really had an agenda against her, bro. But I'm noticing, I'm onto you guys. Then we got this scene from the Chunin exams. As you can see in the anime, she's sort of making fun of him, being like, it's the worst type of test from Naruto, and she's sort of laughing at him. But in the manga, she's kind of supportive, like she wants Naruto to do well. But again, the anime's got an agenda, because they also made up a few scenes. Some of the dialogue in the anime was not present in the manga. For example, this one here, Sakura is showing a moral dilemma about who to heal first, Naruto or Sasuke. But this hesitation ruins her character. Sakura is usually shown to be firm, like in the manga panel, where she says that she wants to save both of them. This makes me feel like the studio had us in some sort of genjutsu, cause they made me believe that Sakura is one of the worst characters known to man. Cause how are you telling me that 90% of the time Sakura is hitting Naruto in the face? This is all filler. On top of...
I could not watch all the filler with Sakura. She got too annoying. Keep that 200-year-old. I don't like annoying characters at all.
This, Sakura also got nerfed. In the fight against Kaguya, Sakura manages to get a hit and break off one of the horns. But in the anime, this detail is removed. And there's many other details when it comes to Sakura that the anime doesn't bother adding. We need a Naruto remake ASAP without Studio Pierrot's agenda and their propaganda. And there will be no more Sakura hate in 2026. Yo, I can't lie, Zenitsu is one of the biggest crybabies I've ever seen in any anime. The anime Demon Slayer itself is honestly mid, but I feel like for most people, Zenitsu honestly made the anime so hard to watch, and I can't blame them. I can't lie, Zenitsu for me is a definition of Japanese humor. I feel like this is some shit that only Japanese people will laugh at, cause I don't know anyone else that finds this brother funny. Some of his moments feel like watching Sanji from One Piece, and even for him, after watching a few nosebleed jokes, this stuff gets old pretty fast. I just know people have dropped the show because of Zenitsu, but I can't lie, he gets better as the show progresses. But honestly, it takes a while. The main reason why people don't like him so much is because he cries way too much. Every scene you see him in, he is crying at something. Heck, the first time we see him speak on screen, he's crying, and in this scene he's forcing some girl to marry him, and then she smacks the shit out of him or something. Does anyone actually find these jokes funny anymore? Leave a comment if you find that joke funny. Please, I want to know who you are. But anyways, I'm forgetting that I'm meant to be saying why he's overhated. I've just been hating on him this whole time. But yeah, Zenitsu's panic mode where he's screaming a lot and crying does get old pretty quickly. But then low-key, when you think about it, Demon Slayer is a brutal world where kids are thrown into life or death fights against monsters. But yeah, his over-the-top reactions are most likely comic relief, but they are slightly honest, cause when you look around in the show, everyone acts like nothing affects him. Cause you got Tanjiro who barely cried when his whole family got slaughtered, but when he sees Rengoku's death, he starts crying like he knew him his whole life. But he knew him for 8 hours. But low-key, Zenitsu does keep it real. Like if you're scared, you're scared, bro. But when it comes to this, he gets way better later on. Like in season 1 when he fights asleep, thunder breathing goes crazy, and if you keep watching in later arcs when he's awake, he actually levels up and faces his fear. Like during the Entertainment District arc, he starts fighting conscious more, and he low-key drops that sim shit that he had in the earlier seasons. And if you watch the Infinity Castle movie, you know that he was moving different. He took on an upper moon by himself, but I can't lie, this upper moon was a fraud, bruh. Like in comparison with the other upper moons, this guy was trash. But fair enough, my boy Zenitsu leveled up, and low-key I like his character now. And now that I look back on it, he low-key is overhated. Matter of fact, all the Zenitsu hate should be directed back to Sanji. I'm tired of them nosebleed jokes, but jokes aside, Zenitsu's character does improve. And if you've read the manga, you know. Anyways, that's all I got. Subscribe to me, but show my boys what's going on.